Mm,
Okay,
That's
do,
true. You are editing it in some capacity, so
and
I
you better
understood.
believe some of this is staying. I don't know where, but it's staying.
Exactly. That's the fun part, is deciding which of the fluff at the beginning that's mostly useless gets to stay. Hello! We're back. Welcome back to Petted Sword, extremely professional Dungeons and Dragons actual play show. There's my bit, there's my script. Tonight, we return to our dynamic sextuplet. Yes, that's 6. As
That
we
is
last
6.
left them. Yes. So smart. After having returned to Exandria and back to the Cobalt Reserve after a brief excursion to Haster's Palace for a safe night's rest, you began to formulate your next steps. Discussions had with Question, as well as with Nimra's colleagues, Yalika and Valrai, has come up with a lead or two at least, and given you some direction to maybe pick at and follow. Celiana and eventually the rest of you then made your way out into the city of Westrun itself, and in an attempt to meet up again with your originally primary but now really mostly secondary patron in Anzu in the Underwalk ward beneath the city. Got in, had a brief meeting with him and his guardian vigil sister Celine, and discussed your progress and learned a bit about the other 2 crews he has out working the same sort of job, and sort of just catching up and going over what's been happening since you last saw him. You chose not to share specifically that what he knows appears to be false.
Bullshit.
Though we will see, we'll have to wait and see what comes or doesn't come of that in the long run. You then left, made your way back to Nimra's apartment, wherein Rick immediately got to work preparing dinner, while Celiana and Melancholy had a rather tense conversation outside as Mel attempted to apologize for what happened back in Hasher's Palace. Quick session, shorter one, so we ended just as that conversation concluded, and now, as we were sort of like, going for the door handle, I think I'm gonna go. I don't know if you want to wait. Should I wait? Do you want to go inside first? We going in at the same time?
Does it really
It
matter?
doesn't necessarily matter. I don't. It doesn't. Not necessarily. I'm just. All right. And she opens the door and back in, as we were. The lot of you. Probably a good chunk of the way into preparing dinner with what you have. Yes. A good, decent way into the meal's preparation with the ingredients you have scrounged and collected to the best of your ability. As Mel, will come back in, and Mel, for her part, will sort of just like, well, actually, we kind of discussed it, but I don't remember exactly. You said there is a table with 1 chair, right?
No, 1.
Okay, so
You think Nimra is hosting?
that's fair. And we also, again, only touched on it briefly, but so Rick's in the kitchen. Hux, Mal, Nimra, what were you 2 doing while Rick's in there preparing food? Are you getting involved in that? Are you finding a place to sit? What are you doing?
I think maybe. Go on.
Oh no, you go. I was gonna go off on an odd tangent. So if you have something less odd,
I want to hear
Yeah,
that.
we need the odd
give us
tangent.
the tangent.
Yeah.
You can't say that. Come on.
That's true.
Hux is. I think Nimra settled down in the middle of their living space. Correct. Huxley's gonna also settle down just on the floor, totally fine with that. I think I have an idea. I think I know what's going on for once in my life, and I really hope it doesn't become a problem.
I should clarify. Is this before they come back in? Or after
This is before. This is before they come back in, while they're having their conversation.
Understood.
What an ominous way to phrase that. Care
Yeah.
to elaborate?
They're together. That's what's happening, right? That's why they're upset and moody. They're together. Because it was hinted at before. Well, it wasn't hinted at. It was stated very, very plainly by Melancholy, I believe, that there was some attraction there, and I think this could be a problem because
I
young
did-
people.
I didn't want to say anything, but they have to figure it out on their own.
I know, but I mean, so we don't get involved in this.
Oh
We just
no,
let
we definitely get involved, and we make sure we smooth everything out, and they are always in situations where they can work it out.
I don't know how
Actually,
accurate.
don't do that. I'm messing with you. Please do not do that.
No, I don't plan to get. I've dated one woman my entire life, no men. One person in total. One. I didn't even go to the school dances with anybody. I was just, so I am the last person who should be involved in this, but it's just an observation that I am moderately concerned about. But I will just be nosy and observe and let things fall into place. But I'm not the last person to find out this time. I'm not the last person.
I think that is a good plan.
But if they're receptive to advice, then I mean,
You seem to have a very solid relationship with your wife. I think it would be. I mean, relationships are relationships. There's same advice for one works for the other. Everything. They are all exactly the same. So I think if
I don't think that's the case. I think probably we should maybe ask if everything's fine instead of
or
fully.
because we know what is going on, we don't need to ask, right? Because we are.
Is this part of the song and dance that happens? Are we perpetuating this? Doesn't. It's not quite from what I've seen. Is this
Yes,
normal?
and it's not happening.
Like this.
It's not happening the way it usually happens in the books either. But it.
Exactly.
But we could probably make this. If it is a how you say song and dance. No offense, Huxley, but to your own admittance, you did not go to dances. But perhaps that is what makes you most qualified to help with this kind of thing.
I don't follow that logic. I feel like our options are either to get involved and parent this, or to just ignore it completely and just not acknowledge that anything is happening right now.
But we can't ignore this.
We could just ignore it.
No, because this very well could be a problem if they are together. Like, okay, so Mel, what would you do for Huxley? Not Huxley. Although Huxley is good. Felix, you are both weird little men with tinkery things. I don't.
Fair enough.
There is nothing you would not.
guess.
What I am getting at is there is nothing you would not do for Felix, right?
Of course.
And you would abandon this whole thing if Felix were to be in danger, yes?
That's a hard question to answer, but probably, yes.
So if there is something going on between the two of them, this very well, to Huxley's point, could be a problem. We have no choice but to get involved.
Yes, but realistically, which would leave if that were the case? Celiana has a very, very high investment in the success of this whole adventure. Is that what we would call it? I'm trying to continue off with the book metaphor. she's going through her hero's journey, so to speak.
Well,
Yes.
ideally, neither of them would leave. I think we need everyone.
We all have something of a personal stake. Well, most of us have something of a personal stake in this. That might be. I wasn't reading any romantic vibes between the two, but I could be incorrect.
It is so hard to tell. They are both so... I don't know how to phrase it. Is...
Young.
Expressive.
Yes, expressive. That is...
I picked up on that.
Yeah, I don't know, but I mean, Huxley, I'm not really in a different boat than you. It's only ever been Felix.
I don't
So-
know. Call it intuition. I feel like something's happening. I don't know what to do about it, but you know what? We can at least foster a good environment for a relationship to thrive and be supportive from the background of whatever they are deciding to do with their lives.
That is perfect. I think that is... You know what? Let's try it. What is the worst that happens?
Nimra is going to take out one of the blank tomes from their bag of holding and is going to, in pen on the front, title it, oh man, I had a name for this, now it's gone. Something to the effect of Celiana and Melancholy Observations. And they're just going to start jotting down all of the reactions between the two, or all of the interactions between the two that they can physically think of or that they noticed.
And
Keep
I
track of all
am...
of the behavioral patterns. And then maybe cross-reference it with each other.
Yes. Perfect. And Huxley's gonna take out... He's gonna start dumping stuff out of his bag. He doesn't really have anything great on him at the moment, but I think he's probably gonna select like a button or something, and hold it in his hands. And then when there's like a little bit of a kind of a reddish glow, like metal being heated up in a forge, and when he opens up his hands, the button is emitting like one of those goofy, cheap little lights that just like reflect just patterns across the room, and it's just sort of like a disco ball type effect in the middle of Nimra's living room, and he's like, "Yeah,
Way to set the mood. That is...
exactly. I mean, you're cooking dinner. Here's some
Candles.
ambiance.
We need candles.
Oh, I do have one idea. How quickly is dinner going to be done?
Rick looks down at this slop, which is now just this like gray oatmeal thing with melted cheese fondue. And he sort of like scoops it up and puts it in a bowl. That'll do.
Perfect. And then Nimra is going to use minor conjuration to make another chair at the dinner table. And it just says that minor conjuration is one action. So I am led to believe that they can do this more than once because it doesn't have a cooldown on that as well. It's not like one per short rest, one per long rest. So at this point, Nimra is kind of reaching into the recesses of their mind and is remembering the fancy plates from that restaurant that Haster and them went to, trying to remember a little bit of the decor, which I think they do probably relatively successfully. And they start conjuring plates, napkins, tablecloth folded up so it fits within that no larger than 3 foot. It doesn't count if it's folded. It doesn't say surface area. And I'd like to imagine after like a minute of like just rapid conjuration, 6 seconds to create, 6 seconds to create, there is now a a fancy dinner table with fancy plates and an extra chair.
I will also use my alchemy jug to conjure the nice ale that I stole from that man. So everybody can have ale. I keep forgetting I have that, but
It's
Yep.
Specifically, if I recall correctly, because it's months and months back in my notes. It is a date wine, I believe.
yes.
It is a kind of wine based on dates.
It's
dates,
not as
it
good as
turns
the
out.
other guys, but it's a good recreation.
It's a good recreation of that native to the area around Dog Corral.
This was what the intention of this conversation was, correct? Did I understand?
Yes, this is quite good.
Now, when they get back inside, do we perhaps leave? Vacate
Oh,
the premises?
Most
Oh.
definitely, or at least the room, right? We make sure that they are sitting, and we can make sure that they have their food, and then we can vacate. Give them a little bit of more time to work it out in a more less stressful and public, right? They are out in the hallway trying to work this out. That cannot be.
They're literally outside. They went all the way outside the building. So we're just
Oh, did they?
at the front door. Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, that's right.
No,
Yeah,
I
we
think it's good.
I'll just find excuses to be elsewhere.
Okay.
This is so good. Thank you, Taka. Thank you so much.
What just happened, man? Okay.
Look, we're fostering a loving environment for the young people.
That was insane. It's like everybody was locked the fuck in on the same thing. That was crazy. Okay. Anyway.
They still have to come in the room and see this
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. So I'll back up a bit. And the door will open. And now, I mean, based on, well, yeah. So at this point, yeah, the door opens and they both step in to, I mean, you know, Seal, I'll let you go first. In reaction to all this, finding a fucking disco ball pattern and a romantic dinner table set with 2 fresh bowls of slop and date wine. And I guess technically before you do react, I need to know the immediate. Did you all hide before we came in? Do you run like scatter
No.
cockroaches when the door opens?
Rick is absolutely standing there like a major
Not a
D.
fucking waiter, man.
Like a waiter. just and there's probably no like cloth, so like he's draped like his jacket over his arm.
No, there was.
There
There
is.
was. That's right.
Nimra is going to use another action and a first level spell slot to conjure an unseen servant to begin serving it out for them.
So good.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Okay, so now again, unseen servant noted. What are you doing when the door opens? Unless you've already vacated and hidden somewhere.
Have we?
Huxley definitely is in the middle of doing something. I don't know what it is, but he looks incredibly suspicious when it happens. Kind of freezes, makes awkward eye contact with Celiana, and says, "I'm going to go wash my hands," and then locks himself in the bathroom.
Yeah, Mal is like already on their way out the door. Does not want to be here for this.
Okay.
Is this my cue? I'll go to my room.
Mal is definitely like heading for the rooms.
Cue for what?
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Oh, good. The two of you are.
Doing something?
No. We
Do we
please.
leave?
The dinner. No, the dinner is getting cold. Please, the two of you come. See it. Eat. I worked very hard on this.
Did the rest of you eat in the last 5 minutes or something?
Please, it's getting cold. Melancholy, please.
What the fuck is going on?
Okay.
Where did everybody go?
Nimrod, do you have a second chair?
They are not in the room right now. They are in their room.
Okay. I'm
All
fucking hungry,
right.
so whatever. She'll just find her way to a chair and sit down. And now, okay, you said the unseen servant is serving. What is happening specifically?
I'm trying very hard to say that, or not to reply that the unseen servant is serving cunt, but you know.
Real. I mean, somebody has to. So.
Just let me double check. Okay, it has a strength of 2. Fetching things, cleaning, mending, folding clothes, lighting fire, serving food. Yes. Okay.
As I have disappeared,
pouring the wine.
I've disappeared into Nimra's bedroom, and I cast thaumaturgy, a little bit of soft violin music.
God.
This is how our abilities were meant to be used.
Correct.
Yes.
You know. Okay, so yeah, she'll take a seat. And as the stuff is like kind of served and everything, she's just kind of like looking around, mostly staring at anyone who's still in the room, and just like eventually, well, Seal, what do you do? Do you sit? What do you do?
She's so confused.
Yeah.
Real.
If everyone leaves, then I guess she'll go sit down. I don't know
Okay.
what else to do. Like,
Yeah. So, okay. When you sit across, yeah, Mel will just kind of like stare at the food for a minute, and then just kind of like look up at you. You know, eyes up, but still just kind of not physically moving. Did you do this? Was this your idea? I'm not making assumptions. I'm just... None of this makes sense, so...
I have no clue what's going on.
Okay, alright, cool. Just checking.
I feel like...
It's pretty weird to be so mad at me a second ago if this was what you were planning, but understood.
I feel like we missed something very important and I don't really know what's going on.
Maybe.
Are they aware that you tried to kill me last night? Or is this like...
I think I said so.
So maybe like I'm supposed to think that you did this. So thank you. Did you do this? I guess you wouldn't have if you asked me, but...
I didn't do it. I would be playing the violin if I did this.
That's fair.
Just, I guess, for future reference or whatever.
Oh.
Do you want to eat, I guess? Like, I mean, I'm gonna eat because I'm hungry. So...
I mean, yeah? I'll attempt.
Okay,
I have no
cool.
clue what Rick did to this stuff.
I don't know either. I mean, it's... Yeah, whatever. Beggars can't be choosers, so... The atmosphere is nice.
I've stayed with Nimmer before, so this is better than what it normally is, so...
What is it normally?
Just
that.
I don't know if you want to know. It worse.
Okay, fair enough. That's impressive. Alright, fair enough. I'll believe you. I'll take your word for it. I feel like this is so much effort. Whatever. She'll just start eating. Like, in silence.
Yeah.
And go at it for a while, and eventually, like, taste the wine and be like, oh, okay, actually, I fuck with that though. You should wait. Take the glass.
Waiting.
Take it like daintily in hand, and then clink it. And she'll hold out the clink it.
Specifically daintily. Okay.
Yeah, daintily. I mean, I guess no, not daintily. You don't really read as a bottom to me, so not really daintily. Just clink.
I love her. I love her so much.
So actually, probably what might fit is full grasp of the stem. Are these in wine glasses? I'm assuming as much. It is a wine, so yeah, just like full fisted. I don't know, however you want to grab the glass. Not daintily.
Are you okay?
I'm just click. I'm fine.
Sure.
Just click the glass. I'm trying to be. Thank you. Click. I'm trying to be.
She'll cheers.
I'm trying to be nice. This is a very nice. This very nice vibe. Okay, so I'm making the most of it. I don't remember the last time I got to have whatever the fuck this is and a wine. So it's kind of nice. No?
I mean, yeah, it's just weird.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
I mean, it's very weird. I don't know what the fuck this is at all, but it's nice. You know, maybe we're supposed to take turns. You know, like we're here and then maybe it's either then they come out in pairs or we like swap one at a time and we have our dinner in a nice little romantic setting.
It's like a get to know each other.
Yeah, probably.
Speed date.
That makes the most sense. Well, not speed dating. Everybody here is mostly married, so probably not. Fucking friendships. I don't know. We're already friends, I think. I think that's also superfluous. I don't know what I'm trying to divine a purpose to this that I can't figure out.
I don't know.
Anyways, I shall like drink half the wine glass at once. Here, we'll do it this way. You tell me something about yourself. I'm all ears.
Just something. Anything.
Whatever's interesting or cool or fun or whatever, you know, whatever you want to share. I have a sneaking suspicion they're behind the corner of each wall listening, so maybe not something you don't want them to also know.
All right. What would she want to share? As we've talked before, my family is very important to me. And Amara is just one of my siblings. I actually have, let me get this number correct. I have 4. I have 4 siblings back at home, and this is the longest that I've been away from anyone in my family. Well, the majority of my family. In my whole life. So.
Oh, that's a lot. And how long has it been?
How long has it been?
I believe we established that just the trip to Nimra's originally was a couple months. So that plus the month we've been, so maybe like 3 months, just about.
Yeah. A couple months. I've never, like, been away from home, and no one travels very far, so it may not seem like much. I know you talked about your sister being away for a while, so it's not much compared. But
yeah, I mean, realistically, this is also technically the longest I've ever been away from home. I haven't gone back home. It's been 6 years, I think. Just about. Kind of lose track a little bit. Something like that. I'll stick on this. My detail I was gonna share seems inappropriate to share now, so I'm not gonna. Not like that. Not like that. I saw the look on your face. Not like that.
I did not say anything. I don't.
You said something with your eyes and your face.
Okay.
So, just saying, it wasn't like that. I might say it anyway now just to defend myself, but the point is, I mean, yeah, it's, I can imagine it's hard to be away from home, especially if you have a nice relationship with your family. Not to say mine is bad, but, like, I feel like they're probably mad at me. I haven't said anything to them in over half a decade. And just kind of, for a reason, they don't even know what. I mean, I'm pretty sure my mom knows why. So I don't know if she's mad at me. I think she's just kind of hoping I get better at some point. Oh, no, she doesn't know. She doesn't know, so never mind. Anyway, my detail is that I killed my boyfriend once.
Oh.
He tried to kill me first. So that was fun.
Great.
Yeah.
That sounds horrible.
Inappropriate, but not inappropriate in the way you were thinking, which is the only reason I mentioned it. It was kind of awful, yeah. I don't have a... Yeah, things kind of suck for me, generally. I don't have a lot of good luck with things. So... But that was nice. Think! Just reach over and clink your glass again. You know? So...
Great.
Whatever. And now... Okay, now... How does this work, right? We both answered a question. Do we just get up and go? Is this one bowl of food for everybody? Or do they get their own bowl?
It doesn't have to be. I still have a pot.
Oh my god. Have you been there this whole time?
Would you like more?
I also want to say that anytime their wine gets low, they will just see the alchemy jug hover up, because, unseen servant, and just refill their glasses.
Yeah. Every minute thaumaturgy runs out, Mel re-ups it, and they're all like different pieces of music they know, and like there's absolutely some of Melancholy's work sprinkled in.
And when there is a lull in the conversation, the bathroom door is going to open. Huxley's going to poke his head out. Excuse me, pardon me, and then go into Nimma's bedroom because he realized staying in the bathroom the entire time is incredibly boring.
Are any of you going to explain anything that's happening?
Huxley will also probably hit Nimra in the face because they have their entire head, like, one ear fully pressed up against the door, taking notes, like hurriedly scribbling in their new observation tome between this conversation of the two.
Oh, sorry. Are you? Oh God, it's fine. It's fine.
Quick.
Okay, just.
What the? Okay.
This isn't a large space. What?
I think we're supposed to stay here, so. You want to just like keep going until we're drunk because the wine keeps refilling.
That sounds horrible, but okay.
What? Why?
If the wine keeps refilling, it's just going to continue forever, and
Until
then...
I'm saying we can stop when we're drunk.
Alright.
Alchemy jug doesn't have. It has a hard limit. What's the hard limit on
It
this
does.
wine?
It depends on
Yeah,
the kind
let me-
of material. I believe I said. I believe it was 1 gallon.
For
That's not a lot.
gallon of
beer, it's 4 gallons.
that's
For
a lot of liquor.
wine,
That's a
it's
lot of
1
coffee.
gallon.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know where
Like that
the
amount.
That's like what?
Still-
2 wine? Not what?
It's one and
it's
probably
2
like one and
liters.
a half.
2 liters is 1 gallon, so an entire liter is like what? 4 glasses of wine for a standard wine bottle. So 8 glasses of wine in total. So they're essentially both just drinking 1 wine glass or 1
I
full
did
bottle.
tell
One.
you. I did tell you that it was pretty strong wine, though, when you first made this.
Oh, that stuff is strong. I remember that.
kicked
That's
Huxley
why I
around.
robbed the man
Yeah.
So don't worry.
while I
you
was under
only
the
get-
influence.
You only get a total of 8 glasses of wine, ish.
Okay, so
Yeah,
I'd
this
say
wine is
if-
like 80 proof.
if Seal agrees and follows along, Mel will stop eating so that it actually hits her, and she will just sit there and drink the wine. And as you go, if you get as far at least as 3 glasses, give me a Constitution save, Seal.
Okay.
It's a low DC at first. Wow, already doing piss poor. Oh wait, but she's strong now, so it might be fine.
Oh yeah, she's gonna have a different con modifier. Hell yeah.
That is just a 14.
That's a 15. She has a +7 to con saves.
I go +8.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Wow.
Impressive. Yeah, like, you know, getting 3 glasses in and putting it down, and you sort of feel it moving through your system now. But she sets it down, she just kind of looks at you, and they refill, and she's like, okay. All right, clink me. Bink. Can you do this one fast? Like, how quick can you get it down?
I mean,
If I say go, will you race me?
sure, let's try it.
All right, wait, go. Boom. And she will hit as quickly as she can, get it down. And you're going to give me another Constitution save now.
Oh gosh, okay. $19.
Okay, yeah, you're still fine. Buzzed now. 4 of these glasses in, drinking that one very quickly. But you're fine. But definitely feeling it this time around. Sets it down, and they refill again. It's just kind of like... Okay. Impressive. Kind of makes sense. You're, like, huge. So... Okay, but, like, really... How many can you handle, though, is the actual important question, not how fast. So, I don't know how many we get, but we should, I don't know. She starts drinking again, you know, whatever. You should also, though, like, so that I'm not alone. Will you? Should I stop?
Are you sorry, are you asking me if I'm
Do you
just
want to
going
get drunk with me? For fun.
I mean, I thought that's what we were doing.
Okay, I'm just... Alright, whatever. And she'll drink it again. And if you drink it again, give me another con
Saying
save.
things and then
also.
stopping. What?
I keep thinking of things I want to do and then changing my mind. Never mind.
Above
Wow,
table,
that's-
I did my math wrong. 4 liters in 1 gallon. 16 glasses of wine.
Oh.
Yeah, that's. Yeah. After like the 3rd or 4th round, Rick's just gonna like because he's still in the kitchen, carry like 3 bowls over to Nimra's room and like gently knock on the door. And then, assuming the door is opened for him, he'll step inside with the 3 bowls and hand them to the 3 people in the 3. How many of
At
us
the
are in
moment,
there?
it's just Huxley and Nimra. Mal, did you say you went outside, or where did you go specifically?
No, I'm in the bedroom.
In the bedroom.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
Rick brings 3 bowls into the room and hands them out to the rest of them and goes, I think this is a good sign. This is exactly the way my first date with my wife went. This is perfect.
I mean, mine was actually pretty similar too. We
See?
talked a lot more about like
See what
guns
what-
and stuff, but
what was I saying? Every relationship is the same. This is perfect.
This was definitely not my experience.
Well, then you are clearly an outlier. You and Felix are special. But everybody else, this is exactly the way this goes. I believe there was drinking on your first date as well with, I'm not even going to say his name, but I was at the restaurant.
I don't know. It
Yes,
feels like maybe we didn't think this plan through very much.
Well, I can't hear through the door, so I'm going to go pretend to clean some more glasses. And Rick's going to open the door and go back into the kitchen.
I also want to imagine that this is not like a nice apartment. There is not like these walls are not like super well insulated. They are probably paper thin.
Oh my God.
I'd like to think that when Nimra was like apartment hunting, they just went for whatever was close and cheap. Hence why it's basically a studio.
I mean, we did establish you could hear them outside, so.
Yes.
Seal, what'd you get on the con save?
25.
Okay, you're fine. She's clearly getting drunk, so she's not doing so great. Now, like, this next one that refills is your 7th. No, is your 6th. And just kind of... Okay. All right. You seem remarkably normal right now. Do you feel normal? Are you like anything yet?
I mean, I could probably feel it if I think about it.
If you think about it? What the hell? Okay. Alright. I can fuck with that. You feel it if you think about it. Okay? So think about it. Because I do not want to be the only one drunk by the end of this, is all I'm saying. I'm definitely getting there, though. So, I don't know what happens after, but I think we're going to come up with something really cool when we're both wasted.
Mm-hmm.
That's, the minds sort of link up. Right? Fuck. Like... But anyway, and she tries to drink another one, and has disadvantage on the save this time. You have it you can do it normally though.
Okay.
Garbage. Okay, terrible.
Natural 20.
Okay, yeah, you are perfectly
Steele is
fine.
such a badass.
Yeah.
She is like at this point. She's like, she stood up, and like to like get it all the way down, and then puts the glass down and has to like catch herself.
Are you okay?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm so good. I have an idea. I don't have an idea. I was really hoping you would do something by now.
Do something?
How long
Yeah.
does this take?
This is, I mean, a little while. Like,
Or because at the 1 hour mark, all of the tableware and
Oh,
the
okay.
extra chair and the unpaid will fucking vanish.
it hasn't hit an hour yet, but we're getting there. Oh my god.
Just want to
Okay,
clarify
got
that.
it. Got it. Understood.
Date's over.
Curfew.
Okay. All right. As I think
Oh.
this isn't my first rodeo. Okay. I think someone is setting us up.
I'm gonna like look over at Rick in the kitchen. Just like,
And she will also like see you sort of look subtly. She looks like her face is set on only moving her eyes, but her whole body just fully turns around to stare right at him. Hey,
Yes,
did you do this?
I can honestly say no.
It just like looks back over his shoulder, whispering, but loud enough that everyone hears it anyway. I don't think he did this.
that's fair.
What the fuck is going on? Where are the rest of them, Rick?
Why does it matter? You're not having a lovely time?
What the fuck is going on? What do you mean? I mean, I'm having a great time. I haven't been drunk in a while, so I'm good.
Yes, it's just strange. This came out
Yeah,
of nowhere.
it's very sudden.
Sometimes the most enjoyable things in life happen suddenly.
I love him.
She'll like turn back around in her seat, like shift around. You know, that is so true. Did you know that? Did you know how true that is? That's like crazy true, actually. Spontaneity.
That tracks for you.
What do you mean?
You're spontaneous. You do whatever you want.
It's true. I do pretty much whatever I want, which is not always the best way to live. It's sometimes good to have someone who's like, hey, you shouldn't do that. I don't have that, which is great for me, but sometimes it's good to have that. You know, a tempered personality, a sort of someone who kind of knows what they're doing, head on their shoulders a little bit. It's a good pairing. A chaotic person with a more put together person. You know? I mean, yeah. I'm pretty spontaneous. Like, it's like, I don't think, it's not really necessarily that I do what I want all the time, right? Like, maybe I'm just doing what comes to me, and it's not always, I don't always have it planned, you know? So, it just kind of varies. But I appreciate it. That's like a compliment. So, thank you. And she grabs the wine glass again and goes to drink it. And as soon as she does, everything drops. And she just flat, like, back, spills all the wine onto her face and drops the glass, which disappears because it was conjured. So she goes from holding a glass to nothing, and the wine just spills all over her, and she falls back onto the floor and just flat on her back, and everything disappears. All the decorations disappear except for Huxley's disco ball, because that was its own thing. So the disco ball's still going, the music is still going, but all the table decorations and the other chair and the utensils and plates are all gone. And she just kind of like collapses straight into the floor and just...
Are you okay?
And she like kind of lifts her arms up and looks at them and like, actually, I like so need a big strong person to pick me up right now, actually. Is what I think I need right now. Personally.
Seal is debating whether or not to look over at Rick.
Rick is still
Rick,
standing there.
no, Rick is already there. So like, because Seal didn't jump out of her seat right away, right?
Oh,
Seal
she
goes
did.
to look at Rick. Oh, okay, you did. Okay, all right. Yeah, okay. So she looks over at Rick, and Rick goes,
Yeah, she'll go. She'll help her up.
And so, like, at
he's still
first-
got a glass in his hand, and it's been dry for a long time, and he's like,
Nimra's one glass.
Yeah.
just like, sorry, I'm cleaning a glass. I can't. You should probably.
At first, she goes to like, just kind of like, clasp your hand and pull herself up, and then she pulls up a little bit and then immediately stops. It's like, okay, all right, no, that's not gonna work. Come down here a second, like squat.
Okay.
And she'll like, kind of push herself up and just like, okay, I didn't think this through exactly. And she'll just kind of like reach up and like kind of grab around your shoulder and just like, okay, all right, I'm ready.
All right.
Up now.
You sure you don't want to
Asking for
stay?
uppies.
I came this close to saying uppies, honestly. And like pulling her up, and she like kind of, okay, all right, wow, all right, a little spinny, and we'll catch your feet and just.
Yeah, she'll lead her over to the chair and like sit her down.
I'm fine. I'm standing. Okay.
Okay.
That is your seat, actually. So.
I don't
And she'll like
really need
grab it
though.
and like pull it out and just like chivalry.
Are you sure you don't want to go lay down or something? You seem like
No,
You need-
that is.
a rest.
I mean, do you want to lay down?
No?
No. Okay. I don't want to either, actually. So I'm like so fine. I will probably sit eventually, but I'm good right now.
Okay.
So like sit. I pulled the seat out for you and everything. It's a lot of effort.
Alright. She'll relent and take the seat.
And then she will like strength-wise fine. Hand-eye coordination not so fine. Try to push you in and end up just kind of like seating you sort of crooked up against the table. And just kind of go around and just like, okay, I don't really have a seat anymore. So I'm just gonna, let me see if I can do this. And she'll sort of put her hands out and just like kind of squat into a seated position. So her like knees are bent, but she's mostly like just like, this is not.
See, this is why you should have taken a chair.
No. I don't take the chair. That's not how this works. Maybe it is.
Rick's gonna head over while this is happening. Rick's gonna head over to Nimra's room and knock on the door. And as soon as it opens up, I assume there's a desk in there with a chair, which nobody is currently using. Rick's just gonna walk over, grab the chair, come back out, and put it right in front of Celiana. There you go, madam. And then go back to the kitchen and continue to clean the glass that's already clean.
she will sit on it, like, on her knees. Kind of, like, bend them sideways and, like, sit awkwardly and uncomfortably and then give up and sit normally. And just, like... I think, overall, as she sort of, like, leans back and, like, kicks her feet up onto the table with, like, a big one after the other. And just... That was, like... I think that was a success.
I don't know what our goal was.
We just had a friend date.
Yes.
Yeah, we learned something about each other. We ate and I got drunk.
This is true.
You
And
are still not drunk.
Yes. And the rest
Drink
of our
another one.
friends are nowhere to be seen, and...
Who cares? Drink another one. It will make things more exciting.
Sure, she will.
Okay, sweet. Make another Constitution save.
That's a 24.
Jesus. Okay, yeah, you're still basically fine. Like, it's buzzing you for sure, but you are still pretty much fine. And again, seeing you not really change or react to it at all, she's just like, how the hell are you doing that? You've drank like 8 of these already. No, 7. Do one more. No, that's peer pressure. Don't do that. That's bad. I'm not like that. I'm not like that.
Right.
Consent is so important. I'll have another one.
Those things don't.
Okay. Yeah, she drinks another one, like, kind of as quickly as she can. Oh, wait, no, wait, there's no glasses anymore. Like, where...
Rick brings over the singular glass, puts it down, and then reaches into his bag and pulls out his mug that he's been carrying, and just starts cleaning that just so he's busy again.
Rick. Why are you here?
Well, I cooked dinner. It is important to clean.
Yeah. Okay. It was good, by the way.
Thank you.
All things considered. Thank you. Okay. I think this was overall big success. I think if I move too quickly, I will fall over. So, I'm just not gonna move. Hey, where are you? The rest of you, by the way.
I don't think we take that, right?
But I mean, they could find us pretty easily, I think.
I think I'm gonna go
In
look
1
for
minute's time, perhaps not.
Stay seated, Mel.
I can do this.
How much do we want to get the fuck out of there? Just to leave them alone?
Oh no.
Rick's still in the kitchen.
That's true.
Rick is definitely giving off, dad vibes, right? He's definitely, like, hanging around just to make sure that, like,
It's no funny business.
I don't know why. I have no idea why. I don't know. He's just... I just picture him... I don't know. I have no idea why he's still in the room.
He's just gotta
He should have been gone minutes ago. Actually, it's been over an hour. He should have been gone half hours ago.
He's just very overprotective.
It's true. It fits.
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
To be
As
fair,
Rick
this
knows
is-
that this is all poppycock.
This isn't the first time he's done this, too.
Yeah.
That's true.
The entirety of Nimra's date with Haster.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, he now has a new character trait or flaw, depending on how you look at it.
Celiana. What? Come here. So like up to your ear. If we talk like this, they won't know what we're saying because I think they're listening to us. So I think we should fuck with them now.
Okay.
She'll like look at Rick for a second and then
Rick's just nodding. Because Rick has a passive perception so fucking high that a whisper 10 feet from him is gonna be heard.
I don't think he can hear me. Alright. So I think, tell me if I'm off base here. I think they're trying to set us up because one of them has a weird little fetish about it. So here's what we do.
What a way to phrase it.
We're gonna ruin their plan. Okay? So here's what's gonna happen. Alright, okay. I'm gonna get up. And I'm gonna fall over. And you're gonna catch me. And then we'll like kiss. and then they'll be like, fuck. It went too far. They were only supposed to be friends. It's like it's foolproof.
What a mastermind.
Huxley's like leaning against the door with Nimrat at this point. He's like, I can't hear them. Can you hear them?
No.
Should we go get Rick? Should we be concerned?
They are adults, are they not?
I think so.
Tell me what you think. This will just...
I mean, what does that have to do with anything?
There. Isn't it obvious? They set up this whole thing so we'd be best friends. It's a friend date. So then, if we kiss, they'll be like, fuck, it became romantic. No! And their plan is ruined.
Well, isn't it, like, better to do the opposite of, like, we start fighting?
Do you think that they wanted us to be romantic?
I don't know. I don't know what this is.
I just want to ruin their goal. But I don't want to fight. We were just fighting. I just got real upset because I thought you were mad at me. I don't want you to be mad at me. We can fight. Do you want to fight? I can fight you. I can take you.
Debatable. But...
Wow. No, not debatable. I could totally take you.
Keep telling yourself that.
Hey, what? This is a wit. You can't hear this.
Oh, sorry. And Rick will go back to cleaning his mug.
I can totally take you.
Okay.
Say it. Say it. Say I could take you. Say it. I could. But you have to believe it.
I believe that you believe that.
No. Alright, here's what we're doing. Okay, come on. And she'll like slowly get up and walk to the other side of the room a bit, like in the big clearing where there's no seats or anything. And she'll turn around and she'll just kind of come on, fists up. Watch me take you out.
Didn't this happen literally last night?
We resolved that. That was all water under the bridge. Now it's a friendly bout between two friends. No, this sucks. All right.
I mean,
I'm
you're
just-
swaying.
What, you never heard of the fighting style of like the drunken master? I'm like a professional. Okay.
I'm not going to fight you when
This
you're
stupid
drunk.
fake date took so long. The
Alcoholic.
foundry shut off. I need to go turn it back on. Anyway,
Nice.
yeah. No. You so are, because you're just afraid. You're afraid I could take you out even when I'm drunk,
All right,
which I could. So, all right.
then try.
Okay. What do you mean try? We have to swing at the same time. You can't give me a free.
This is all about you taking me out.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Okay. She's gonna make an unarmed attack against you with disadvantage. Okay, that is. Oh wow. Okay, so that's a total of 22
Mm-hmm. That hits.
to hit. So you'll you'll take 6 points of bludgeoning damage
All right.
because she just kind of like rushes forward and just like steps forward once, and then again, and then just like a straight hook right to like wherever she can line it up, and just punch you like really hard, and then just kind of back up and just boom. Now you go.
I'm just gonna try to trip her. I don't know what that would be.
I'll treat it like a grapple. Do like athletics against hers, and she's gonna have disadvantage on this also. So
Okay.
Rick has now come out of the kitchen, gone to where the alchemy jar is, poured himself some wine into his glass, and is just standing, like, leaning up against a wall watching.
God, what a mess. Is this how you thought this would go, Hux? Is this what you thought would happen?
I just expected to have somebody correct Huxley and then be like, oh, you poor child. And then that would be it.
Everybody's so
This is
invested
better.
in what's happening at this point?
With this group,
With any group.
Some people know exactly what happened. Huxley was not there.
That's true.
That's a 25.
Yeah,
girl boss.
that works. So yeah, you just kind of like, she's like starting to like bounce around now, and you just kind of like put your foot out, and she just like eats it and hits straight to the ground. She like catches herself on her arm and just like slams on the ground. Just you were supposed to punch me.
I said I'm not gonna fight you.
Alright, okay, alright. Watch this. Okay, she'll get up. Yeah, the whole time the violin music is still playing and the disco ball is still going. Okay. Alright. It's gonna be the fucking nightclub scene of John Wick. Ready to go? Okay. Alright, now my turn. God. This is crazy. I just gotta acknowledge for like 2 seconds. You know, when I pictured like this is like everything right now to me. Just two like ripped chicks beating the shit out of each other. This is great. Honestly. Just saying. Okay. Just gonna swing again with disadvantage. Wow, terrible. Okay. Worse. Alright, she misses. Kind of goes forward and misses you. And sort of like stumbles over herself and like ends up just sort of standing behind you and stops and turns around and then just kind of puts her arms down and just like, okay, I think you may be right. I'm a little slow right now, so I think we have to call it a night here. But she like puts her like kind of wobbly, puts her hand on your shoulder, and like for a second is clearly more so steadying herself than anything else, and just like, okay, you've been here before, right? This town, but also Nimra's house. I don't know where the bed is. You gotta take me there. Because you know where it is and Nimra's not here. Here,
Alright.
we can, it'll be like a cute little, she'll like very slowly try to like hook her arm around yours. It's like a little like linked elbows kind of thing. She's like, okay. As you wish. And I mean, the only place you could take her is Nimra's bedroom, really. So, you know, the rest of you will hear them approaching.
Well, at that point, Rick is just gonna go, "Oh, so it is done, huh? You are headed to the bedroom."
Oh God! Damn it! Oh right.
Is there a window?
Presumably. Probably.
Yeah.
What floor are we on?
We're on the first floor, I believe.
Should we?
Yeah.
If you don't trust your skills, give me a moment. I can teleport us out.
Actually, wait. I know I can do this right now. I've only one. Who best at window?
Me, probably. As I'm heading over and shoving up the sash.
All right, let's go. I'm gonna cast Dimension Door and take myself and Nimra just out into the street.
Okay.
And just hop, boop, out the window.
Nimra would have done the same.
And the door opens. And no one's in there. And you can lead her over to the bed and she'll just kind of like sit down on it and like steady herself. Thanks.
Of course.
Do I not get a thumbs up?
Sorry. Good job.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks. And she'll kind of like grasp forward for a second and take your hand and be like, hold on. It does not count yet. And she'll just kiss the back of your hand and then let it go and just like, now it was like a date. And it's just kind of like lay down in the bed and just, oh, that's nice. I think I'm going to stay here for a while. This is like the stiffest bed I've ever laid in my life.
Yes, it might take longer than normal
Yeah.
to get
I
used
mean, I
to.
don't need to sleep. I'll be fine.
Alright.
No, do you leave?
What?
You leave her in there?
Go ahead.
Sorry, you cut out.
Oh, Go ahead.
Oh wait, who cut
Sorry.
out?
We're all
God.
over the place.
Everyone.
I just want
Okay,
Rick to
sorry.
sneak into the room and grab the dirty dishes.
Okay, sure. Make a stealth check for it. Why not? Steel, do you leave her in there or no?
Yeah, she's gonna leave her to get some rest
Okay.
and go figure out what was going on and interrogate Rick.
19.
until we find the other people.
Okay. Then just make a perception check real quick. Just to see if you notice Rick cleaning up the dishes.
Make a what check?
A perception check. Have to beat a 19.
A 19.
Yeah?
Okay. So yeah, you do. As you like kind of back up and turn around from her, you do see Rick picking up the last plate and shuffling out of the door with the plates in his hand. As you walk out and shut the door.
What?
I know it's a question, I just don't know how to answer it. I'm going to need more context.
Well, what happened? We were outside for like 2 minutes. And then... What? Where did they go? What was that?
A majority of the group thought it might be nice for the two of you to have some time alone. Not outside, in here. I was not going to, how you say, deprive the children of their fun.
I was muted a second ago. Before it continues, the rest of you, do you just stay outside, or did you plan to come back inside, like around?
I didn't expect to get this far.
Just so I know whether you eventually arrive during this conversation or not. That's all.
I mean, is there a pub nearby?
I mean, there definitely
Yes.
is. Yeah.
I am rubbing off.
I mean, they might be a while if they continue talking, right?
No.
We should probably find something to do.
Yeah, I'm pretty. I no offense to Rick's cooking, but I'm lactose intolerant, so the first time I eat Rick's cheese is not going to be in that particular dish. So
Yeah, I would.
I could use some food.
Real food.
I could show
You know,
one of
Rick
my
was really
favorites.
doing his best, but I don't think it could have been rescued.
I can show you to one of my favorite cafes. They're typically open late. If you don't mind vegetarian, vegan cuisine,
They have coffee?
typically yes.
Oh, I could go for a cup of coffee.
Yeah, all right.
Okay. So off they go. Sorry, you two, as you were.
They don't have to reap the rewards of Rick saving Nimra's cooking. Perfect.
I think. Well, I won't speak for Melancholy, but I think it. I appreciate it. The effort that you all put into whatever this was. But maybe just weird timing?
Oh, no, most definitely weird timing. Wholly inappropriate. Which is why it seemed like a good time to do it. Miss Sharp, the weight of the world is on our shoulders. We just had a conversation with a small birdman and his very buff and quite attractive guardian about the end of the world. And he is misinformed. On the other side, we have struck a deal with an archdevil who I'm fairly certain has designs to kill a god and take his place behind the divine gate. This is very weird and far too much for anybody to handle. That does not include the personal investment some of us have. So yes, it was not a good time to do this, which is precisely why it was the right time to do this. I am sorry that you got caught up in the middle of it. But you saw what happened last night with Melancholy. She is unstable, and this was my way of, our way of trying to give her some level of normalcy. It was weird and awkward, and you unfortunately were placed in the middle of it. But my hope is that it did her some good. I also hope that whatever conversation the two of you had outside went well as well. Because a division in us, in our group right now, could have deadly consequences.
Seal is just gonna start. She's uncomfortable with the seriousness that the conversation has turned to. So she's just gonna start like trying to clean up from the mess that was made when everything disappeared, and start cleaning up after dinner, unless Rick has already done that.
No, they're still cleaning up, right? There's still wine on the floor. There's still dirty plates from the food that the triplets did not touch, right? So like that still needs to get cleaned up as well. So I think that they will probably just clean up together. I would assume in relative silence. Rick is not going to bring anything else up. He said what he had to say, and so we probably just see the two of them just and. My hope is not awkwardly, but just cleaning up, right? Just going to work, just making sure that Nimra's place is back in shape. Every once in a while, Rick will open the door and check on Melancholy to make sure that she hasn't, rolled onto her back, right? Make sure that she's, in a position where should something happen, she's safe, right? And just clean up the apartment. I don't know what we do afterwards if the triplets still are out having coffee.
Well, at some point, Seal, you'll notice, because you'll all notice, well, Rick won't, but the rest of you will notice in the book. Where are you guys? We had a really weird thing happen, and you're not here. I thought it was you, but now I think there's a date ghost in here. Planting ghosts in dates in Nimra's house. You need to come back. I'm afraid to sleep here when there's a ghost that might make me go on a date against my will.
Should we get a few coffees to go? Bring them back?
I guess that's an invitation to come back.
Did the ghost get you? Are you all on a date right now?
I'm going to open up my own little book, and I'm just going to draw a picture of a raisin and then a sheet going over on top of it, so it looks like a little date ghost.
Oh,
Ghost.
It's not a great drawing either, so it's very difficult to interpret.
I was so fucking lost for a second.
Was
She's gonna
with
make an
it.
intelligence check. Hold on. Okay. Alright, she got it.
Nimmer will probably respond in the book Discord server. Any coffee orders? Any preferences? Tea? Juice?
So, first, she'll write. That drawing is so cute, Huxley. I get it. And then, Nimra, what do you know about juice? Don't you drink, like, stale water or something, normally?
Why do I gather that she might be making fun at my expense?
It's kind of hard to tell through text, huh?
It's difficult.
She will
There's
add
no indication
LOL.
of tone.
What does that
And
mean?
This has been a
Wait,
public
that-
service announcement by Pen and Sword. Careful what you type.
Right after, that means laugh out loud or lots of love. You don't know, maybe the date ghost made me write it. So it's more romantic than I intended.
While this is happening, I think
that
Mal
she
is up
loves
at the
us.
counter of the cafe, ordering a little bit of food to go, like a little selection of whatever pastries or sandwiches or whatever they have.
Can you get
Yeah.
just a ramekin, or I mean whatever, just something with sugar, just some, or cube sugar, either or. I haven't
Sugar,
had it in a
got
bit.
it. Okay.
And as you like getting this, the book continues. Also, I have ROFL, rolling on floor laughing. Also, LMAO, laughing my ass off. This one I like a lot because it has a bad word. Also, and listing out text abbreviations in full.
Seal
wow.
is gonna take the pen away from her.
So as
Real.
you'll see in broken pen taking seal pen help and then just stop taking it. I'm writing messages to my friends. Yeah.
I know.
Why are you
I'm
taking
getting
the pen?
messages.
So you're part of it. Why do you care?
I don't think they all need to know what your abbreviations stand for. I think we can have this conversation separately.
But it's important for text conversations. How are they going to know how it works if they don't see it in practice?
Is this in practice, or are you just explaining it?
It's also in practice at the same time because it's also in text. Mal, you'd spend maybe like in total for all your the drinks you've already spent plus what you're taking home, like a gold piece. Super cheap.
Okay.
I'm just saying, this is important information for everyone to know. I think. Look, I'll check, and she'll write. Haster, what do you think of all this?
No.
And you'll eventually. It takes a minute before you respond. Like she's just like, I guess he's busy, and then just. I do agree. The date ghost was cute.
Oh.
No, don't make him likable. Please don't do that. Please don't make him relatable, please. It's
Also
already done.
agree. The ones with swears are more entertaining and more useful because then you can sneak them into polite conversation without them being noticed. I approve of
Haster uses LMAO?
Haster's definitely in a meeting right now with his book just going off, like, non-stop.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me just put it on silent.
Hey! Close my book for. Anyway. You two are both bullying me right now. you, and she points at Rick, you and all the others, no, it was the date ghost. It wasn't you. This ghost got me drunk, and I'm the only one. This sucks. You can't. Never mind. I'm just he like sits up.
Did you not enjoy yourself?
It was really weird because it came out of nowhere. I thought it was nice. The ambience was nice, and I like drinking, so it was pretty nice. But I don't know what it was about, and I felt so bad because Celiana seemed so. She's still right there. Celiana seemed so uncomfortable the whole time. I think she doesn't like me.
Rick will just lean in again, loud enough so Celiana can hear, but he'll whisper, "Don't worry about it. You will get it next time. It will be easier."
And you see, she's still sitting there like this, but like her eyes look over at Seal for a second, and then just next time. Do you think the date ghost will follow us around and set up more dates?
Who knows?
Shit.
I will talk to somebody about this. I know people. We will get it taken care of.
You know holy people?
What's that?
You know holy people?
I do in fact know holy people.
Oh, aren't you? Oh, Malice! Mal! You open the book. Mal! Just writing it out over and over again until you answer.
Yeah,
Mal.
Yes. What's up?
You know holy magic, right?
Yeah, sort of.
You need to exorcise this date ghost before it accidentally makes one of us fall in love with someone else.
Can I reach over and grab the book again?
No. Fine, I'll stop.
Melancholy.
It's important.
Please. Just rest. The hangover is going to be so extreme tomorrow.
Baby, I'm locked in. This is not my first time. I'm not even blacked out yet. I'll be fine.
I know. Rick will just put a glass of water on the ground. Just, no more late night scribblings, okay? I'm sure they're coming back.
Are you saying that because of what happened yesterday or whenever? I don't remember what anymore. When I tried to fight you guys? I didn't say sorry to you yet. I'm so sorry. I am super sorry about that. I have issues. But it's totally normal. Won't happen again. Because I'm sure I won't be exposed to the source of my trauma a second time.
Okay, kiddo.
You seem concerned about me.
Rest.
Apart from me being drunk. I am so well put together, actually.
Absolutely.
I don't think either of you believe me right now.
But you believe it.
Seal
and that
told
is
me
what is important.
She doesn't want to hear the story, so I can't tell you right now.
We'll find some time for you to tell me later.
Okay. At this point, the rest of you probably also have started arriving back. Place isn't too far from Nimmer's place, so coming in to find the lot of them in talking melancholy down from filling the book with more writing. Back together again, as you were. And we're gonna go ahead. Wait, I forgot I have to conclude. Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
A break, which we're taking right now.
Seamless.
Woo! Man, can you believe that break? Oh, jeez.
And we're back from the break. So well
It was so restful.
oiled.
I didn't
Yes.
move that entire break.
Nope.
I was stone still.
Lock the
Yeah.
fuck in.
Still locked in.
To repeat myself, because I mentioned it before, coming back from our break, obviously. Everybody got an inspiration because that scared me how well oiled that impromptu date was. So there you go. Everybody gets one. First time
More
I've
to
done
come.
that in this campaign, I think, in my life. Yeah, for sure. I gotta start doing that, to be honest. Okay, so as we were, with everyone having returned back to Nimra's apartment, Melancholy left in the bedroom to whatever. A lot of you back out in the main room, sort of tending to cleaning up and finishing everything up. I don't think I mentioned, but by the time really they had come back in, Seal and Mel had come back in the first time, it would have been after dark by now. What with everything we did throughout the day and everything. So as is, sunset, early in the evening, really, technically. Now. What are you doing? What now?
Rick's gonna take a little bit of time, drawing a little bit of inspiration from watching like Nimra with rituals and the like. Rick's gonna pull from his bag some silver thread, and we're gonna set an alarm around the perimeter of the building, just because we're not in a I mean, like, it should be relatively safe, but just a little bit extra. Then probably pass the fuck out.
Does everybody sleep in Nimra's shitty apartment?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, in the apartment? Probably. Rick's definitely sleeping with his back against the front door.
We're like setting out sleeping bags in their living room.
Did we maybe pick them up on the way over? Oh wait, no, adventuring gear. Duh.
Yeah, we probably have like a
Yeah.
whatchamacallit, a cot.
Or at least a bedroll.
Yeah, a bedroll.
We can
That's
make
what they're
it work,
called.
yeah.
Mhm.
There are cots, but I can't imagine any of us are traveling with a cot on our back.
No. Bag of holding, maybe, but. Before we, I guess, everybody passes out and we're like, I guess, kind of awkwardly not acknowledging what just happened and then,
Yeah.
setting everything up.
Passing out the coffees.
Oh yeah, you all are caffeinating. Oh, this is gonna be awesome.
What are we doing next? It's been kind of a whirlwind bit of everything, but we gathered our information and we have a lot of leads. Are we going to stop by Allura and Gilmore? Or are we heading somewhere else?
We need to stop by Gilmore, if for no other reason than for the flask, and perhaps pick up some adventuring gear as well. I imagine we are headed to places where having more gear is probably better. From there, I do not know.
I'd also like to verify that Chonts and Ashkova are still in Emon. Perhaps corral them home.
Alright, then I guess the Mons are stopped tomorrow then.
Iman is also, and we obviously do not have to do it now, but something is bothering me. Iman is also the place where it is dragon. No, that is where dragon fell.
Oh god, above table, it was Thordak?
Thordak. Rick doesn't know the name, right?
Yeah,
Right.
Nimmer will probably pop in.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make sure I, the player, have that name remembered, actually.
Yeah.
Thordak, yeah.
Yes, Thordak. It was
Thordak.
yes. It was Question mentioned that she is seeing visions of the how you say anchor, soul anchor, right? From Thordak. That is also in Emon somewhere, no?
I think it was underneath the city, wasn't it?
That is correct. How I gathered it.
If we are not ready, we do not have to, but we are already going to be there, and it seems important. Are we prepared to take on another quest? It is fine if the answer is no, but it is worth asking the question.
She said that this dream stuff has happened before with you all. Do you think that this is a lead worth following? Do you think it's important?
Rick sort of, his face scrunches a little bit, and you can see him kind of tighten up. Unfortunately. These visions seem to be divine. From perhaps beyond the gate, I do not know. But if we are involved, she was right last time. It's probably important. I just don't know how yet.
It may all have something to do with her theory, this mythic resonance.
It just bothers me that I do not know how these things connect. We have a clear line. We know what we need to do.
And that's where we gather the data ourselves, as any good researcher would. Prove her theory is correct or incorrect. At the moment, her visions are just that, a hypothesis. Is it null? Or can we prove it? We will not know without any data.
I don't think we're going to get any readier. We've had time to rest. And can we really afford to wait?
Can we really afford to do it at all? When we started this whole thing, when we all came together, time was of the essence. We have since made up time by allying ourselves with individuals that can get us places, cutting out travel time. But do we really want to put that time back on our clocks? We know that they are fortifying. The longer we wait, the stronger they become. The more time they have to prepare for us.
I think the problem is we've also learned that this is, at least for some of us, it is a little out of our scope of our current abilities. We've done well. We've won for the most part, but I do think we're lacking in resources. So if this is an opportunity to maybe get a leg up on all of this, we might at least look into it. If it's nothing, it's nothing. We've wasted a little bit of time and we don't have to continue to pursue it, but At least when I'm speaking for myself, I feel very ill prepared for all of this.
You are not alone. I don't think I had more than one spell in my grimoire actively ready for battle. But is that not the point? To learn, grow, adapt to circumstances. I'm sure that is what the three of you have done prior to this as heroes.
Rick grimaces at the word hero.
Is that not the conventional descriptor? Adventurers?
No.
Saviors?
Unfortunately, they are all apt, but it no less stings my ears to hear it. Well, we all are at least agreed on one thing. We are headed to Emon.
I think so.
I can teleport us in the morning. Or now.
Let's give it a couple of hours. I think Melancholy needs to come down from her date. Rick sort of gives a wry smile.
Yeah, that date ghost, tricky creature.
Nimra's not going to be nearly as subtle. They are going to immediately start... They're going to pull out their tome that they were putting their observations in and immediately start questioning Celiana about how she felt, her thoughts during, if she liked the decor, the ambiance, how she felt about it. Really trying to make this an experiment, quantify all of the data.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
That's awesome. I can see it now. I can actually hear it in my head. That's awesome.
I'm also going to take my little button disco ball light machine and just change it so it's reflecting like stars on the roof of Nimra's ceiling.
Oh, that's cute.
So, spend a bit of time enjoying that and listening to Nimra question Celiana and sort of mellow out the rest of the nights before you find your place to put your like, you know, your bedrolls and find a place to sleep. At some point, the door to Nimra's bedroom opens and Mel sort of like stands in the doorway and just like, hey, are we sleeping? Nimra, do you want your bed back?
Nimra is probably lying just directly on the floor. No bedroll. No pillow. No blanket. If you... probably something like...
Yep.
with their tome. Actually, something more like...
Okay, so getting no response, she'll just kind of like walk over to you and like look down at you like, I won't grab her bag and pull out like a fabric, looks like a blanket, and she'll kind of like fold it and just squat down and lift your head up and put it under your head and just, none of this. I don't think so. This is bad for your neck. And put it back down. Put your head back down on it. I guess. Does anybody else want the bed before I don't want to be selfish. you might as well be sleeping on the floor, but it's slightly better. Okay, I get it. I sleep away from everybody. Everybody hangs out together. Nobody wants to sleep next to me. That's fine.
I mean, you could pull up a. Do you have a bedroll?
She kind of looks
Yeah,
over at Mal. And it's like, we were like bunk buddies for like a night. Because that doesn't mean anything anymore.
Mel, do you want some company?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yay. Okay. And she'll go back. She'll go back into the room though. We can talk about like boys and stuff.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I gather up my my bedroll, my things, and I'll scoot on into the bedroom.
She'll get into the bed and like lay there for a minute and just, this really sucks, and roll out of it and just lay out a bedroll next to you instead. Then you can set yourselves up and find a place to rest comfortably enough here as the night goes on and starts to wind down. And she will bother you when she says talk to you about boys. She mostly just wants to ask you about Felix because she thinks you guys are so cute together. So she's like, well, do you do this? What do you do with this? What about this? Do you do this? Where do you like to go to eat? How often do you guys go on dates? Have you ever dealt with a date ghost before?
I've never.
I am starting to
met a date
question
ghost
the reality
before.
of that. That's you should bring him here and see if the date ghost knows if two people love each other, and that's why it picks them.
Oh, that's a pretty clever theory. Yeah.
Wait, I forgot.
Hmm?
Stop. You have to exercise it before it makes us accidentally fall in love.
Right, of course. I will pull out my pendant, and I will I will just say a short prayer to the King of the Forest. You know, my king, I call upon you if you might help free the space of any beings who might wish to influence us unduly. And let up a little illusory green sparkle from my fingers for a little flash. Is the window open?
It is.
Okay.
So you never closed it. It is still open, and so as you sort of speak this, you let off a little, illusion. Mel's just sitting there like the whole time watching you do it, and you'll hear some wings flutter in, and another set, and another set, and it takes maybe a minute or two as you recite this prayer and finish for there to be something like 20 moths in the room with you now that all sort of float around and make a little circle around you as you speak this.
Hello, friends.
All these giant, like 2-fist sized moths with big old glowing green eyes, and they sort of just set around you, and Mel's freaking out. She's like, oh my god, you're really doing it. Shit.
Oh, thank you for joining us. I'll reach out and I'll pick one up and let it crawl over my hand.
Yeah, they'll all sort of like flutter and move around and sort of just follow along for a bit, and as you sort of let off that little bit of magic, they all sort of like wings up for a minute and they just whoop all together to sort of like sell it. And then as it finishes, they all kind of like spin up and sort of fly out. The last one kind of staying until you sort of like let it go, really. Then it'll sort of spritz up and fly off.
I think we are officially safe from date ghosts.
That was the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen. Do you
They-
like...
Hmm?
How did you do that? How did you do that?
I asked for aid and was answered.
Can I do that?
I mean, I don't
Okay,
know.
point taken.
I don't
Understood.
really know how this works. I'm going to be honest.
Oh, that's fair.
I
Sometimes that's how it goes.
I don't actually know a whole lot about the King of the Forest. He's been helpful and, well, a mystery. As much as anything else.
So many questions we gotta answer. We have no time. We gotta circle back on this at some point. You need answers. You need to know how it works. I want to know how it works. This seems cool. I'm too like out of it, but
I don't know.
we should come back to this.
Part
at
of
some
me
point.
desperately wants to know, but part of me is sort of content to leave it like this, because it's good like this, you know?
A little mystery is good. Yeah, that's true. Is there anything, and she's back to Felix, is there anything you don't know about Felix? Is he mysterious? Is, again, on a little sort of cycle of questions about him and stuff, until, like, she sort of tuckers herself out and winds down and, like, her questions slow down and she starts to slow down until she sort of passes herself out because she's still half drunk, so gonna wind down. And yeah, you can all, having found your places to situate, can take a long rest. Finally, as you all come to the following morning.
Oh.
Yes.
We've established Rick is an early riser. So in addition to all of his other sort of things he does in the morning, the first thing he's going to do when he wakes up is grab the pendant from around his neck on that sort of stone arrowhead and make an incision down across his right eye. Take the blood and sort of paint an eye on his hand. And then sort of take a moment and try to center himself, spear in hand still. I don't know if you can hear me, you son of a bitch. And I don't know if you've been watching. But there's some shit. I'm right in the middle of it. I ain't gonna ask for your help. Because I know you ain't gonna give it. But if you see the Lord of Hell's around, tell him to take a look at his domain.
And first of all, just a quick note, because I think we're just so used to it, I haven't ever stopped to mention. That's giant for our audience.
Oh, yes.
We very early on established accents for the different languages, and Southern, when Rick is speaking in a Southern accent, he's speaking giant, just so that's clear. So yeah, you'll hear, you'll send that out and sort of sit in that for a moment. For hearing in the back of your mind. Well, isn't that interesting? Sending out a call home. What's that for? Gossiping?
Do you have time to be gossiping? There's things out there to kill, things in your way, and you've been sat by so idle, content to run through the motions. I wonder if you're worth wielding me in the first place.
And you understand this language to be abyssal when it speaks to you.
Rick's abyssal sounds a little bit different. Rick's gonna go, cállate, pendejo. Okay? I'm trying to talk to Nos Padres, so shh.
No way. All Spanish people are demons, confirmed. It's true. Latina blood. Anyway, so God, I really want to do a Spanish accent on it now. Okay, I'll think about it. I'll workshop. Work in progress. This character's voice might change. For now, I'm not gonna throw it at myself right now, but I'll practice some voices for next week. Anyway.
Why do you think you don't hear back anymore? Do you think the ruiner is content when there is no ruin?
Nah, I think he's probably pretty upset, you know. But it's not my doing. He knows this. Sometimes you got to wait, you know. Let the battle come to you. That's what we're doing.
It's so hard. Okay.
We're waiting. I assure you, we're going to end up in the thick of it pretty soon. But not right now. Right now we geared up, you know. So like I told you before, patience, brother.
There is no more time for patience. I was there when you failed to do what you were told to do. I saw it. You let it slip through your fingers. You were asked to deliver the jewel, and you failed.
Hey, you failed as well. Your Bothian was still alive. You didn't do your job. So don't talk to me about failure.
That wasn't my job.
Oh, really? Because I saw it. I saw you penetrate his body.
I am a tool.
You're right, you are.
Do you know who threw me? Do you know who put me there? Are you going to look your father in the face and tell him he failed? I don't think so. Consider your words carefully before I consider taking matters into my own hands. You have awakened me as is. Consider yourself lucky. I have not done so already. He demands blood, sacrifice, ruin, and you know this. For years, decades, you did it without question. Now you lack an enemy, find one, or I will give you one.
Are you done? Eh? That was it was quite a speech, you know. But No. You're not worth my time, so, at least not right now. But I assure you, we're going to find ourselves an enemy. And we're going to have some fun. Rick will wipe off the blood on his pants. Heal his eye. And grip the spear a little bit tighter. Sort of, we can see on his face sort of a look of resignation and acknowledgement. He doesn't say anything, but we can see in his face he knows that Rune's Wake has a point, and we can see that he's itching for a fight, and there's a struggle within him. He's going to get up, open the door, and he's going to continue on his way doing his PT. He's going to go out, take a run, and try to just recenter himself before everybody else wakes up.
Do you keep the spear with you?
Yeah, he keeps the spear with him.
It doesn't let up. Remember, the entire time you're doing anything, it's just...
You fail to understand how this works. Fine. Take your time. Do your practice. Find your enemy. We'll see how much longer he bothers to watch over you. You know, once there was a time he thought you would be his champion. Not so sure anymore. Maybe the soldier needs another war.
And it lights up as you do your thing. And the rest of you, as your morning routines begin, as you come to, getting yourselves up, getting yourselves ready, doing your thing. To understand that we are planning to bamf over to Emon this morning, unless there's anything specific to be said or done. How do we go about doing that?
I think we're taking Nimra.
Yeah. Very easy to just teleportation circle to the Allura Visorans.
Okay.
Or the Emon Archives.
So, once everybody's gathered and set up, you go ahead and lay out the teleportation circle and prepare the magic and speak the incantation. As it begins, that dim little glow and comes to light, you all pile on quickly while it's open, and each one at a time, that thrust through space as you spit out. On the other side, the glow now starting to fade from the teleportation circle, now beneath your feet in this little atrium, not too dissimilar from the one in the reserve, which a couple of you have been to before when Nimra first brought you here. And immediately, my question is where you wish to go. You know your way in and out of this place now from here, as you've come here before, but where do you wish to go first?
I think we should get Gilmore over with. Just rip it off fast like a band-aid.
And just one more clarification, because I gave two options for it. I'm not sure if I just missed it.
Mm-hmm.
Emon Archives or the Alabaster Lyceum?
You're in the archives, or because when you used it previously, it's one and the same where you're at right
Okay.
now. So you could get to both from here, but it's the same one you used before, which is
Okay.
they're not distinct.
Forgive me. If you wouldn't particularly mind, I'll meet with you guys a little bit later. I'd like to check the archives to see if Chance or Ashkova have checked in yet. Just while we're here.
So where are we going?
Well, we are headed to the Glorious Goods, yes?
Yes.
Sure. Okay, great. All right, you can gather up. Nim, it isn't too hard. You know the process for this sort of thing, for expositors to check in as they travel and stuff. So you could realistically do it and then catch up to the others before they've even gotten too far. There is note that they checked in, were here a couple days, and then checked back out with intention to travel back to Westrun, which was it lines up with the time when you were given. It was a couple days ago that they left. So assuming they're on their way there, it would stand to reason they're still, if they're traveling on foot, for example, they're still probably on their way there. It's like I think it's like a 3-week trip on foot, if I recall correctly, roughly, from here to Western. So they're still in that first week of that travel, as is. If they're traveling on foot and all's well. But yeah, then the lot of you making your way down from that little teleportation circle out of the Lyceum campus and onto the streets of Emon once again. Start making your way through the streets, traveling north through the city up to the promenade where Gilmore's to be. You have to navigate through these tight quarters, pass through a couple layers of wall, cross one of the bridges that navigates over the larger section of river that passes through the city, in through these sort of large gardened spaces, and ultimately into the promenade towards the eastern side of the city, where the main gate is where you'll find Gilmore's, as it was when you last were here. Broad single-story facade that sticks out with its real bright purple color scheme with the blue and gold accents and the like all about it. They're waiting for you as you arrive.
We should probably let our patron know that we are here. He was kind enough to offer a small allowance to pick up other things should we need it.
Oh. Well,
Got
that's
it.
generous.
Daddy, we need money. Come on. Gilmore's Glorious Goods. Thank you.
That's one way to do it, I guess.
Rick takes a deep breath, pushes open the
That-
door.
Common nickname.
So
I think,
I'm
didn't
afraid
we
we
have
don't-
this conversation at one point?
I never got to finish, actually. So what it is?
We don't need to. It's fine. Hi,
as
Gilmore.
you're, Rick, as you go to open the door, and you
I'll
start to
never
kind of
understand, will I?
pile in. Rain check. Remind me. We will be bunk buddies at some point, and then I'll tell you exactly what it's about. It's important for you to learn this if you're going to keep dating him. And
Sure. I'll take your practiced word for it.
Thank you. Yeah, you push open the door, start to head inside. And are, again, as you were when you first came through, greeted by the massive, extravagant sort of layout of this place, right? Littered in various objects of all sorts of shapes and sizes, weapons and armors to mundane trinkets and items, and most of the store, most of the shelf space filled by component parts and magical ingredients, I guess would be a fitting word. Things made to make things of this caliber, to and fro. And as you come on in and sort of take it in and start to maybe in that first moment consider exactly what you might want to pick out, what you might want to peruse, what sort of thing you're chasing after. A woman you'd met previously, the half-elven woman, Sherry, who was here one of the 2 times you came when Sean wasn't, sort of steps out from behind one of these racks and sort of sees you all and gives you a little wave and just, hello, good morning to you all, pleasure to see you all again. And she sort of tucks things under her arm and comes over to greet you properly. Here for just some shopping, or was this about finally following up on your discussion?
Well, it is a little bit of everything. We did have a item on layaway. I do believe it has been paid for already.
Yes.
We will be doing some browsing as well. And I certainly would be interested in following up on the conversation. So, 3 items of business today. Sean should be very excited.
I'm sure he will be. I'll make sure to get hold of him and we can get started. Let me prepare your little item first. And she goes, sort of finds a place to set her things. And as she goes to step away, she'll sort of make her way off, wind off. It's just feel free to peruse while I get it together. I'll pack it up for you. And make her way off into the back. And now you sort of free reign to start exploring the store. And just as you go to, you kind of hear the door behind you open and like kind of chime a little bit and close. Are we going to do all the shopping without me? I said I'd pay. You can't be going off without the money. I think it's going to come in the post. And Haster's here. No wings.
Rick's fist just curls. Just white knuckles. Grip on the spear. And he just thinks to himself. He wants... Oh, I can't do it now. Hey, you want ruin? What do you say we do it right now?
Are you bold enough to die for it?
Hey, that's a good point. We're gonna hold off.
And you see, as he comes in, he's, like I said, more his tiefling guys, but closer to 7 foot than to 6, taller. Kind of, giving you all a once over and looking the place over and just quaint. Now, I won't interject, though, if you need help, I'm sure I can give some pointers. But, have fun. Remember, 2 things each. Don't overdo it. I'll hang around. Maybe have a conversation with the people who run the place. Have fun. And he'll just sort of waltz in and start walking around. And you're all free to start looking. So, what are you doing? What are you looking for?
Okay, well, right off the top, Rick gave up his shield. Are there shields around?
There are, yeah.
Okay.
Let me pull up my
Preferably one that doesn't attract arrows. Ruby?
Noted.
I think I still have remove curse. It's fine.
And then Rick's in the market for some new boots as well. So, footwear
Okay. Let me
to start at least.
for myself. Let me write out exactly what each person's looking for. Rick is looking for shield and boots. Who's next? That has anything specific?
I will be very transparent and say that I'm very, very bad at meaningful magic item shopping. One thing that I want is going to be specifically useless to this campaign, but it's
Yes.
specifically for story purposes.
Hey, frivolous is awesome.
Huxley wants to get another set of sending stones. One of them specifically, like, that you can wear instead of, like, hold something, maybe just, like, with a leather strap type thing through it, around it. Something that's very easy and accessible, because he wants to send one home to his grandfather. Kind of like a life alert. Conley is an old man. He probably shouldn't be alive. Other than that, I have absolutely no expectations for anything. So I am fine if you have magic items you want to spew. I can also just look through like stuff and suggest something. But that's about how I go for magic items. Is I get more joy from doing stupid stuff with them.
Yeah. As is, if you don't have any specifics, you can just give me a category, as in armor, weapon, wondrous item, potion, etc., and I can point out some of the stuff you find.
Okay, I will think that over.
Got that. Okay. Who else?
I am also, I think, in the same boat as Taka. I'm bad at shopping for magic items, but I will say, I think I'm probably looking for something fun, something a little funky.
Okay.
Something I could get up to tricks with, maybe.
Okay. Very good.
I have an idea for an item
Mm-hmm.
that I want Nimmer to have. I'm just not sure Nimmer would want it.
That's a fair point.
But it would be very helpful if they had it. Otherwise, it's going to be that item that I think maybe. And probably better armor. I think they're just wearing simple leather right now, and they have up to medium armor proficiency.
Okay.
Ooh, or maybe even magical arrows.
An enchanted quiver of some sort.
Yes, just something, because they... That would be nice, but at this level, like, just using a standard martial weapon is, like, kind of not great. Or even, like, a magical bow. Yeah, because the item that I was thinking of was the Broom of Flying. Because it's just very funny and very wizard to have somebody that can fly.
Only if we get them a pointed hat as well.
Instead of anything, like, good, the hat of wizardry and a broom of flying.
You know, it's true.
Very
Wizards
bed knobs
all
and
have
broomsticks.
pointy hats. That's the biggest thing about them.
Oh, Fennel, it is good to see you again.
Hello. I am summoned when I hear discussions of true wizardry. I am attuned to it in the weave or something.
Your wizard sense went off and you immediately teleported here.
Exactly. I secretly carved a teleportation circle into Huxley's back.
Oh yeah, that's why it itches.
How did we not notice this?
I mean, I don't disrobe in front of other people very often.
That's why.
Beach episode.
Woo. Can't tangle that in front of us and not go through with it.
Yeah.
It's a
no, it's
you're in
got-
a
Yeah.
coastal town. Go to the beach then. No one's stopping you. Let that up after you shower. Shop. What's wrong with my brain today? Seal, what about you?
I mean, weapon makes sense, but she already has like a magic weapon, so I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe something more. Because she's pretty stacked with magic items right now. So I think like maybe just some kind of fun wondrous item thing.
Okay.
I don't know too many. I don't know too many magic.
You don't have to
items,
know
so-
them. I have a
Okay.
list of them, so. All right.
Great.
Got it.
Maybe she could probably use some type of like boots, but
All right.
Yes, the barbarians are going shoe shopping together.
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah.
No, these are too frilly and flowery. What are the stock military boots? just knee-high combat boots.
So, Rick, you are able to find there's like a kind of little rack of shields all set up. And probably for ease of use, I'll just kind of walk through each of these, what they do as you guys find them and all that sort of thing. Each of these shields there are different sorts of designs, but they are the same mechanically. There are 2 separate options for a +1 shield. They are these kind of just in different shapes. They have the same sort of design. They kind of they're mostly blue with like this kind of gold inlay in each. No like emblem or anything on them, but just a kind of sort of like Ouroboros type pattern on each. One is like a large sort of buckler, like the circular shield. The other one's more of a kite shape. Both are +1 shields. That is what's currently set out. Oh, and also a note for what it's worth: you can always ask to commission an item. Also,
Mhm.
it is also something they do.
That
That will
would just
take
take
time
longer,
and cost, but it is an option. As for boots, there are a variety of boots here, so let's tend to that first. For the 2 of you looking for shoes, there are 2 sets of boots out on the floor. One they're rather simple. They're these kind of like large, sort of mostly like clean hewn leather boots, with these kind of studded rivets that run up through them, and they sort of like cuff at the top. And these are trappers boots, which provide resistance to piercing and slashing damage if you don't already have it. And then the much more elaborate set, there is this there are these pair of like, I guess, very very ornate looking shoes. They are again similarly boots, looking almost like kind of riding boots, and they have this sort of gilded pattern to them that runs this sort of gold silver kind of inlay over top of what looks like a kind of misty gray fabric kind of color, in like a pattern that almost resembles swirling mists about them. These boots allow you to instead of moving using or as your move action, you can teleport rather than just flat movement. They're called ethereal striders. As is, that is their stated purpose. They allow you to teleport a certain distance. It is not a fixed distance. It depends on. So now for context, these explanations, I'm giving them more just above table, but this is information the shopkeeper would give you. So like actual mechanical numbers, unless it's like a +1 item, you'd probably still need to like, attune to them, figure them out. But these allow you to teleport more or less depending on how proficient, how capable you are in the arcane arts, in Arcana. So the better you are with magic and arcane magics, the more likely you are to be able to use them very efficiently to teleport further distances. I will also cover. Sending stones are very simple. You can, they have like a couple sets like out in one of the like side racks, almost like it's a little trinket box. A couple of pairs of sending stones, each kind of bound together, so you know which is bound with which. None are like wearable in a sense. That isn't really the standard makeup for sending stones. Though again, that is something that could be done to them, but as is, you can find at least several sets of pairs of sending stones. First thing you find is it's a little coffee bag, like coffee grounds bag. And it is, the bag itself is green, and then it's got all these little like almost hand-drawn looking designs on it of like trees and flowers and colorful animals all over it. And then on the front is a little multicolored dragon with little butterfly wings on it. And it is Fey Dragon coffee, which when consumed for a very brief moment, you are incredibly quick, incredibly tough to hit, but as soon as it's over, you will be fucking wiped out.
Ooh.
And the bag itself has enough to be used, like once brewed into little drinkable options, you have enough for 5 uses of it. Right, okay. There is also a set of lenses. They are kind of like a cross between, like, you know how some people have on their glasses those little straps they put on the legs to keep them around their neck? It's essentially that. And in the actual big round glasses, the lenses themselves, they are these kind of shimmery, sort of reflective blue type of glass, and these are lenses of tracking. You can put them on, and I tabbed away from it. Where'd you go? Come back to me. I have such a big list of things. There we go. Once per day, you can see the footprints of a specific person or creature that has been in the area. Right, there's another, besides those, there's also a monocle, besides those lenses. This one is a monocle of far sight. Very simply, it gives you advantage on perception checks. It is a small, sort of reddish tinted lens that when set over one eye, you close one eye and look through it, and it allows you to see a much greater distance than you normally would. And there's also, well, I guess I would be remiss if I didn't mention it. There is also, kind of aside from all this stuff, a big tub, kind of near the front, full of bottles with liquids in them, which would be pointed out to you as you kind of go by Sherry. That's some sort of discount potions. Leftovers, unintentional side effects, dulled, that sort of thing. They're much cheaper, but they're sort of, take it to leave it, as your own risk. None of them should hurt you, but they might have unintended effects on top of their normal effects. And there's just it's literally like the bargain bin DVD basket at like a Best Buy. It's just full of potions. It's full of random bottles with random colors all over them and little tags on each.
Are they all the same price or individually priced?
Yes, they all go for the same amount, yes. And now, to cover prices on these things also. Nimra, you'd be able to find, again, similarly, there's mostly simple sets of armors and the like that all will be patterned with a kind of blue and gold gilding to them, all similar styles and patterns and the like. sort of fit the standard, I guess, of this batch that was put out. You can also find +1 leather, +1 scale mail, and +1 studded leather also. Before I forget another. So this would be something probably specifically pointed out by Sherry as a bit of a unknown, right? This is something that was very recently put out onto the shelves, as it was very recently sort of repaired. It was damaged at the time, and it sort of comes with a caveat to it. It is a small, rather intricately designed little hand mirror. It is this kind of silver platinum mirror with, the small ones that you just have a little handle to look at yourself, the little tiny one. And the handle's kind of inlaid with, carved, I guess would be the right word, with all these swirls and sort of kind of floral patterns too. And the top has this eye kind of carved into it. And at the bottom, on the bottom side of the actual glass, there's what you could describe as maybe a bit fiendish looking little face. A little kind of animalistic face with little horns kind of coming out of it. And the mirror itself, at the moment, it looks like just a normal mirror. It reflects you. But in this, it would be, Sherry would explain that this was we recently repaired this. It came to us broken. Took a bit of effort to put back together. But the current question is what it pairs to. This is a mirror of infinite transpondence. It is linked to another of its kind, similar to the manner in which sending stones are linked together. And as of yet, there seems to be some kind of magic charm on it that is impeding its connection. We've been working to ascertain whether this is some sort of magic that perhaps blocks scrying, for example, or if the other mirror might be damaged, or if it is something wrong directly on this one. As of yet, we have not found it as such, but Mr. Gilmore has other projects to work on and simply wishes to move it, and with that attached, see if anyone who picked it up could figure it out. So as a result, it's a much reduced price than it would normally be. But if you're lucky, you'll end up with a good deal for it. And yes, it is as is. They, when activated, as intended, because this is something they've used before with other people, so they know they can explain exactly how it works. You can activate it and establish a visual link with the paired mirror for 10 minutes. So you can look through it for 10 minutes, with two mirrors acting as opposite sides of the same open window. And this connection works even on different planes.
But this one is what? So it's broken? What happens if you try to connect?
When you connect, it is almost like the curtains are drawn. As is normally, when activated, you see right through it, like an open window. In this case, it's almost like you open the window and there's another set of curtains that you can't open. It was, he's been taking cracks at it and working on it for some time, but it has been more or less not budging in it. We were sort of workshopping ideas. Maybe it's because, like I said, it could be some sort of scrying magic that the mirror uses is being blocked, or perhaps the other mirror is inoperable for some reason or another. But the most likely reason we feel is there's some sort of charm or enchantment placed on one or both of these mirrors that is preventing this, but not one that we've quite been able to crack yet. But we have to move things along, and he's not all that invested in finding it. So at the moment, reduced price out here. If someone considers themselves lucky or talented enough to try to crack it, we will pass it along to them.
How much are you looking to sell it for?
As is, normally this would go for about 3,000 gold pieces. We are, as is, considering the up in the air nature of it, passing it along for about 300 instead. A significantly reduced price. And with the caveat that you let us know what's on the other side if you manage to get it working. Gilmore's most curious.
I imagine he is.
I mean, I'm kind of curious myself.
But I'm also kind of curious.
Where was this recovered from?
She kind of stops for a second and seems to try to think, piece together. I believe it was passed along to us by. It was maybe a year or two ago. A young man in a little troop of folks of adventurers came by and gave it to us in an attempt to repair it, and ultimately wound up leaving it with us as sort of payment or something else. So it's from whence he got it, I'm not sure. I believe, if I recall correctly, the conversation involved some sort of extra planar travel. I believe one of the closer planes, this would be the Fey realm or the Shadow realm, one or the other. Not sure exactly. I think it has a tie to one or the other, but that is where our focus has been, considering that's where it came from, but still no luck.
Nimra will only nod in response, not say anything else.
Interesting. Could you point me to the section where the gloves are?
Okay, so
And if he
point
can't,
it out.
if he can, as soon as she turns to kind of point in that direction, is Hastor within eye line? Can we see him?
Yeah, he's
Rick's
just
gonna-
walking around in the back.
Rick's gonna kind of give him a nod, you need to come see this. And then, oh, thank you. And Rick will head off towards the gloves.
Okay. Yeah, he'll kind of come over. I need to. What is it? Something fun. Make your pick. Who has it? Did you take it with you? Or who's showing it to him, if anyone?
No, Rick didn't want to seem too interested.
Too obvious.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it was kind of he took a look at what it looked like, not so much the mirror, but sort of the iconography on it, and was like, Hastor needs to come take a look at this.
Do any of you want to show it to him? Since he walks.
I guess if they let us handle the I don't know how touchy. Okay,
Yeah.
I Huxley would definitely be happy to handle it and look it over and feel it out. Show it off to Uncle Hastor when he comes over.
God.
I just can't remember the titles.
So
You know, the Prince in Yellow, Uncle, Daddy, all of them.
Unk. I like Unk.
Unk.
He'll come over and just kind of look at it for a second. What is it?
Well, it's a mirror of transpondence. Almost looks a little fiendish, don't you think?
May I?
Go ahead.
All right. Now, one of you, any of you, roll me a d20, please. And I gotta open up somebody's
Oh.
sheet.
I'll do it.
Listen, the last time I
Does
rolled
somebody else
for
want to?
last time I rolled for something Hastor related, Nimmer died.
Oh.
But I am
Nimrod.
I am also the most reckless in the group, which is why I'm always game to do it. Okay. 10.
10. Okay.
It's better than if I would have rolled.
That's a total of 26.
Your boy's got numbers. Of course he's got numbers.
Oh, yeah.
He takes it and kind of holds it for a minute. He's like, as Sherry kind of leads Rick back maybe to where the gloves are, kind of points out a couple of them, explaining what they do. He's like eyeing her for a bit. Did she mention how long ago they got this?
Yes. She said 1 to 2 years ago.
Strange. I'll just hand it back to you. Something familiar about it. Can't quite place it. Anyways, he'll go back off.
There's
and,
definitely something more to that.
Rick, for your part, there are. Let's see. There are 2 sets of gloves here.
Okay.
There is one. It is actually a singular glove. It's not a pair, and it is a kind of blue, purplish, sort of like mottled, almost tie-dye patterned little cloth glove. It is a glove of mage hand. It requires attunement and allows you to conjure a permanent mage hand for as long as the glove is worn, which you can use like a normal mage hand. And then there's also beside it another singular glove called the Arcane Trickster's glove, which allows a spellcaster who can cast Mage Hand to turn the hand invisible. And basically, you know the Arcane Trickster Rogue's special Mage Hand that can go invisible and do rogue stuff? It lets you turn your Mage Hand into that if you don't have that already. And then I should also mention, before forgetting, there are a couple of +1 bows also available, and a +2 bow, also all long bows. The +1s are, I mean, relatively simple looking. They are capped with little like silver caps on each end of the bow, and sort of carved like with a sort of intricate kind of floral pattern through the wood of the bow itself. And then the +2 is colored in this sort of very deep, dark red colored wood. And you can see almost the parts where the wood is carved, there is like a deep kind of purple within the wood itself as well. It's a +1 and a +2. And then they also have silvered arrows, but they also have specific unique types of magical arrows. There are 2 kinds they have available that you can buy in small sets. One is an arrow of celebration. It is an arrow tipped with an enchanted noisemaker, which for 30 feet around the impact site can compel creatures to dance madly if they fail to resist its compulsion. And loud music can be heard 100 feet from the impact site where it hits. And the others are an arrow is arrows of displacement. They are arrows tipped with a shard of quartz crystal, which, when fired and the arrow strikes something, the archer is teleported to wherever the arrow landed.
Very
Each
cool.
arrow can be used 3 times before the tip breaks, and the quartz tip must be replaced to enable the effect again.
If we were looking to have something specially commissioned, is that the conversation we have with you or with Gilmore? Or is that something you can do at all?
Well, Gilmore is certainly the one who would do the commission. I can speak to him, or you can speak to him yourself if he's available, about availability, scheduling, exactly what it is you wanted to do. He would be the expertise on the subject. But if it is a more simple thing, I can make a note of it, check our orders, and give you the basic information. Though anything more complicated, it would likely be best to discuss with Gilmore himself.
Okay.
I want to ask Sherry, do you have just normal healing potions, or are they all in that random mix of stuff?
We do have healing potions, yes. We have a decent stock of them right now. Any particular kind, or do you just want to see our whole inventory?
I think there's a good amount of us. How much do you have?
All right. Well, and she'll kind of make her way towards the back where there's this kind of ringed counter there, and she'll pull out a couple of crates, jingling like 6-packs almost of these glass vials and bottles. And we have currently in stock, just counted them out, we have 8 standard healing potions, 6 greater healing potions, and 5 I forget the word. It's the third one, not the highest one that they have. It's superior, or superior the highest? I always forget.
Standard
One or the
greater.
other. Standard, greater. Let me just check.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I can't either, and I'm getting my Pathfinder
Yeah.
ones mixed up.
Okay, it's superior and then supreme. Got
I
it.
got it. Okay.
We have 8 standard, 6 greater, 5 superior, and 2 supreme healing potions in stock.
Alright, so what are we thinking, friends?
List out what you want.
I'm gonna be honest, I was hoping Gilmore was around so I could negotiate a punch up on one of the shields. But I don't know where we're gonna be in a day, and I kinda need the defense.
I'm definitely I want to get whichever set of sending stones looks the least complicated and ostentatious, like the most simple looking design, right?
Yeah.
Something really simple.
Fantasy jitterbug.
And then
That was the one I was looking for.
Yes.
Jitterbug, yeah.
and he's gonna find a way to either wire wrap it or something to make it wearable and easy to access himself, because that's pretty non-invasive. With my own money, I would really like to just get 5 random clearance potions.
5.
You can whatever 5. Yeah, I'm gonna spend. You said they're 40 gold a piece, so that'd be 200 gold, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I just want 5 random. I don't care what they are. He's picking them out by. He's sniffing them, picking them out by smell, color. I just want a little bit of chaos in my life because
This is awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna get 3 of the potions also at random.
Okay.
My other Haster item, I don't know. I'm still thinking. Because I want to get the mirror for sure, because I am intrigued with it, but I don't know if we want to pool together and buy it, or if we just want to make Haster get it for us.
Yeah, I don't know if Nimra would request that as one of their 2 items. I don't think it would even attempt to cross their mind to be like, hey, can I get a 3rd? XD, thank you. Woohoo. Nimra literally. Oh wait. Would you please be able to get me another one?
Oh no. Actually, oh yes, yeah. That'll get him. Do that.
You know, like. Yeah.
Fucking goddamn it.
Sorry.
Because
I
we find out
know.
what Haster's into.
I know we just lost like half of our viewers right now. I'm
And-
so sorry.
Okay, but
I will not
we
do the
just
voice
got like
again.
a huge bundle from somewhere else, so it's fine. It makes up for it.
Clip it. Put it out. Find us, people.
That's how you do it.
Yeah. I'm not sure if. Because Nimra is pretty interested in that, especially after seeing Haster react the way that he did. But I am so fucking indecisive between the arrows, the bow, and the +1 leather armor. That would be kind of sweet, but that only raises the hit DC from an 8 to a 10, which is already what they have for all their spell attacks. Well, spell attacks. Their single spell attack that requires a roll.
Yeah, and for my part, those of you getting random potions, just note down how many you have for me. All that's going to happen is when you decide to use one, you're rolling a d100, or when you choose to identify it, you'll roll
Wow.
a d100.
The way your eyebrows raised was a little concerning and also very exciting.
Love
Who
it.
knows?
Who knows? You know. You're looking at the chart.
There's one on there that I'm like praying you guys get. Funny.
Look, but if we need to, outside of session, can I have Huxley roll for the ones that he gets? So it can be a
I'd like to do
fun
that
secret.
also.
I would love to. That way it's a surprise to other people.
If you have a way to identify them, yes.
Okay.
Otherwise, you gotta wait till you drink it.
There is an old school way of identifying potions.
Drinking them?
No.
Oh.
We can talk about it once we're done. We need to get out of here, but more than happy to share with you guys the old school way of determining the potions. Yeah.
I mean, we can always call Felix, but above table. I am also very intrigued by this.
Yeah, Nimra is gonna pull off to the side and go to Seal. And they're going to have in their hands between the bow, the +2 bow, and some +1 leather armor. And they're going to ask, in your experience, which do you think would be suited more for the future? You have much more experience with the more martial prowesses than I do. Even if I might be older, I did not pursue that avenue for very long.
I think your spells come in handy much more often than I've seen you wield a bow. And maybe it's a better idea to put some armor on.
You would certainly know best. Thank you for your wisdom. And Nimra's gonna go put the bow back, and also probably not look into the arrows anymore, even as fun as they sound.
Understood.
They would have gotten the arrows as celebration.
It's a good
Oh
choice.
yeah.
Because man, doing a... Oh, I'm assuming that's like a Tasha's Hideous Laughter sort of deal.
Effectively, yeah, there's a
Or-
DC to that if they fail, they have to dance for, I think it's a minute.
Auto's
Oh, this
irresistible
is
dance.
Otto's... Yep. Autos isn't Autos is irresistible, so there shouldn't be a DC for that.
No broom of flying. Oh, I did miss this one. Wait, there's one more wondrous item in here that I totally forgot. It is an all or nothing coin, which, as described to you, when you can use it once per long rest. Wait, sorry, correction, twice per long rest. And you can take 50-50 odds of guaranteeing success or failure at a chosen action when you flip it. Which simply means when you're going to roll a d20, twice per long rest, you can flip the coin. Nat 20 or nat 1. Equivalent.
Ooh.
Oh. I'm so tempted to give up my shield for that.
You don't have to give up your shield. I can cover.
It is. My hope is that we will never be that desperate. But let's be honest with ourselves.
There was nothing else that really caught my fancy, if that could be my second item.
Fascinating
and,
TV, friends. All of us just sitting
Hey,
down
this
figuring
is
out
the
what we're going to buy.
This is the
Fascinating.
inventory part.
Thanks for
This is
sticking with us.
probably actually going to be the first time I'm actually just cutting out lots of bits of silence because we have a bunch back to back. So it'll feel swifter for everybody watching. You know, for us,
Hey,
it took
this
us
felt-
5 hours to do this.
Yeah.
The longest, we actually had to go into a new session
It's
to figure
true.
this out.
I told them they had to wear the same outfits so you couldn't figure that out. A little inside baseball for you. God, every time I go back into my list, I find I have a bunch of wondrous items that I keep losing track of. There's another, but for the coin, it is it's 1,500 gold pieces.
Nope.
Little steep.
Yeah.
There's
Let's,
also
That is wondrous.
and
I mean, we could pull for it if we really want it.
Yeah. I say we leave it behind. We can always come back. We gotta earn some money. We're doing all this shit for free.
No.
Yeah, saving the world doesn't pay well. Hello, baby.
no kidding.
Mel, what are you getting?
Do I get
Mel's
stuff
still
too?
standing outside. I don't want to come inside.
No.
Oh yeah, doesn't Mel already kill more money?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
She's got a couple of items too. She's part of the party.
That is part of her arrangement. Debt wiped away. I think I'd rather that than have something, so that's what we agreed on.
Smell like catnip.
Okay.
Everybody see
sorry, yeah, there was-
how slick Ruby was at that? The party gets
There's
more
one
magical
more-
items? Absolutely not. I'm gonna erase
think
this
so.
debt I made up on the spot.
There's one more item.
We
Also
love
here.
you.
There is a small, fist-sized glass ball filled with silvery smoke. It's an anti-gravity sphere. When shattered,
What?
30-foot cube for 30 seconds. Gravity is negated. That one's cheaper. That one's about 400 pieces.
Okay. I may change my mind about some things, because I've got some money that I could burn personally, and a couple of these things sound like fun.
Okay. I'll start with what you're getting. What are your free items, just so I can write those down and save those to make note of. I've got the Fey Dragon coffee and the lenses of tracking for Mal, the shield and the monocle for Rick, the mirror and the sending stones for Hux, the studded leather and the coin for Nimra, and the 2 supreme potions for Seal.
Studded leather and the ethereal striders for Nimra.
Okay.
Yeah, not the
Dropping
coin.
the coin.
Yeah, not the coin. I just didn't remember the ethereal striders because I, the player, have the memory of a goldfish at
Same.
best.
Well, and to be fair, the boots were my idea, so why would you be listening to my section of the shopping?
There you go.
Okay. I think I want to change. I'm gonna buy them. I'm gonna use my own money to buy the mirror. You said it was 300, right?
Yes.
Okay. I think I may be interested in the other pair of boots. The trapper. You say they were trapper's boots that grant resistance, because I have the ability to grant myself any sort of resistance. So that would be nice to have multiple resistances.
It is.
Help with some of my squishy. So I think I'd like the boots and the sending stones as my free items.
Okay.
But I am going to buy that bomb, the anti-gravity bomb, and the mirror for funsies.
Okay, so that would be
So
on those. That would
fucking
be a
real.
total of 700 gold from you. And yeah, you. She will. Haster will come around and speak to her, and you'll pick out your items and pass them along, and he will produce the funds for them and do the whole exchange. And she'll hand out to each of you bagged up and boxed your items, and then at the end also, and so you don't forget, in a small
Flask.
little bag, the iron flask as well. Tag along.
Thank you. You have been most helpful.
Of course, my pleasure.
Rick just turns on his heels and leaves. Like, I don't want to be here anymore.
With all your shopping
Aw.
bags in tow. And yeah, once you've got your stuff, you packed up, you can head out.
Cool.
Haster remains behind like a moment and is speaking with Sherry and sort of gestures Mel over and seems to maybe be resolving that, though they both come out not too long after a lot of you. And with everything in hand, having left Gilmore's again, potentially returning tomorrow, we'll see what you're doing tomorrow. Hester kind of turns to a lot of you and just, I hope you get your use out of those.
Me too.
I couldn't help but notice you took the mirror with you. Do you let me know what comes of that? I'm curious. If nothing else.
Will do. I like fixing things.
That I know. Speaking of, now that we're here, I could have asked earlier, but I just haven't had the time. I've been... Well, actually, before I say this, because now I don't remember, you left the core with him, right? Okay.
Yes.
Making sure I remember that right. I've been taking a look at our disabled friend, and I wished to ask the lot of you first if it could be rebuilt. Would that be something we wanted to do? Or do you think the risk is too great?
If memory serves, it has a bit of a vendetta against us.
It might.
If it's still his institutional memory, it very well might try once again.
It is possible. Which is why I asked. Happy to leave it as is and inert.
I think inert is better unless it can be reprogrammed.
Fair point.
Yeah, I'd rather not face that thing again.
I'll keep tinkering with it then and see if we can find any sort of mechanism with which to control its behavior. One step at a time. When the time comes, though, it might be good to have you come round, use your expertise, since you wanted to tinker with it, if and when we get to that point. Do you remind me?
You have my number.
All your numbers, really. And he'll turn and just have fun with your toys and make his way kind of out of sight, ducking into back alleys. You don't see him again. Okay, guys, now what? Got our stuff. Or you did, I guess. I'm happy being debt-free, honestly.
Well, we just woke up. I mean, not too long ago. And then teleported here. Rick's gonna take a look around. I'd say it's late enough to drink.
Somewhere.
Ready. It's like 9 in the morning, right?
It's probably close to like 10:30, but yeah, it's still early in the morning.
Oh wait, never mind. Mimosas. So
Yeah, brunch.
Maybe.
It's brunch time.
Yeah.
Little
time?
No? What are they called? Micheladas? Eh? Little tomato juice and some Corona. Yeah. Bloody Marys. Yeah, man. Plenty of time. Where would we go if we needed information about the fall of Thordak?
There's a couple places you can probably go. I mean, I can tell you about that. Really. In like an official capacity, probably. I mean, a lot of the different sort of officials in Emon can tell you. We could go to Pyra. That's the Ashari place. They dealt with and deal with the sort of elemental rift as is that was left behind. We have options.
The only clear lead we have on this whole manifest destiny, I don't remember what it's called, is that soul anchor from the chest of Thordak. I think we should figure out where it is. Maybe retrieve it. Take it to question, if nothing else.
Do you think we should talk to Laura then?
She would probably not be a bad place to start. And I'm very excited to meet somebody of her standing. Because Rick has not met Alora yet.
Yeah.
That's right.
Rick's always busy. Oh, you might be muted, Ruby.
I was. It's funny that you say that. Because, I mean, speaking of, Huxley, in the back of your mind, you do get a message just about now. Mr. Rose, would you and your friends happen to be in the city? It's Allura, Vysoren. If you can. There's devil business that I think you might be interested in. Come see me. So funny. I was gonna do that this whole time, and you're like, well, you know, we should probably talk to him. I guess I should bring it up.
I'll respond, believe it or not, we are in the city. We can meet with you within the hour.
hear back again. Excellent. I will await you in the same office in which we met before. At the top of the hour.
All right. I won't respond since that was pretty good, but I'll look at the rest of the group and say, Laura just contacted me. Looks like there may be some devil business afoot.
Funny how that keeps happening.
No, I don't think it is. We are actively involved in devil business. It seems to follow us everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, you meant
That
in
was-
the... Of course, yeah. It's still early and I haven't had a drink yet, so I'm still winding up.
I get that. I can feel that.
Well, we can meet her at the top of the hour, which is however many minutes. So if we want to catch a drink on the way there.
Yeah. Assuming we're all good to do that. You can gather up and cross back and make your way back the direction you came towards the Lyceum, towards that initial place where you met with her. Enter into the campus's main building through its large open halls, past the students moving to and fro and all the staff and people going about their day, about their business. Make your way deeper into the facility and find your way to Allura's little side office here in this space. And kind of gathered up, give her a quick knock, and just as when you were first here, the door opens for you and you're allowed in. And as you kind of come in one after the other, just, if you wouldn't mind. And once you're all in, she shuts the door behind you. Thank you for turning up so quickly. Fortunate. When we first met and discussed what you were looking for here, you mentioned devils being involved when you tracked down Graith when you got this key, right?
Correct.
And where was it that you found it? How far from the city?
Nimmer will pull out the map that they made.
Got it. And she'll give it a quick look over and just... Right. Close. Well, as I mentioned briefly when you brought it up, that was curious. Devils aren't often known for random appearances. And in the last 2 days, we have had a number of encounters with devilish sorts. We had some allies from the Ashari present doing work in the bowels of the city where, forgive me for misremembering, but I'm sure those of you who've lived in the city might know, but our little elemental problem, the Ashari, specifically the Fire Ashari, tend to manage and deal with that. And most recently, they have had a number of run-ins with devils. Down in the caverns, in the deep, working to contain any new rifts, push them back, and deal with any elementals summoned with this residual lingering corruption of Thordak. There have been, at this point, 3 different encounters with devils over the past 2 days, leaving some critically injured to a state that they might not recover from. It's concerning, and while it's not something I might trouble you with specifically, Knowing you encountered devils near the city before, it has me worried. And I fear, like I said, devils don't act without reason. And I fear what that reason may be. After all, what would devils want with the caves beneath the city? And that's where we're gonna end the session tonight. Done! Yay!
Oh,
So, did I tire you guys out? My goodness.
yeah, I'm tuckered
We
out.
did it.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
We're okay.
Wow,
Look,
we
we
started this
accomplished-
on a very different tone than we ended it, huh?
We had date night, we had shopping trip, and then plot.
Can't forget the
All
plot.
good D&D shows should.
Yes.
Yeah, we're making progress, you know. We'll see exactly what that turns out to be. And then you guys have time to pull in your threads and do your thing. But you know, you'll find out next week, I'm sure.
Yeah,
We'll get some kind
and
of
yeah, those of you that have been following along, theories in the comments, please.
There you go.
Because we read them.
Figure it out.
Some
No
one of
cheating.
us reads them. I don't know. No
No
cheating.
cheating.
No cheating.
You
No
have to
watching
guess now.
next episode and then going back.
That's right.
We can see the timestamps.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
If you actually guess, it'll be way too convenient, so I just won't believe you even if you did guess. It's okay. We're good. Okay, great. Then yeah, we're done. We'll play back together next week, picking up exactly with more details with Allura and see where that takes us. Good night, folks. Thank you. Yay, good for us.
Night.